Guys, now this is one of those moments where I need to get a few attaboys and the holy shit, how did you do that? And my God, you're the master. And Warlock, can I name my children after you? Christine, K-Man, Ravi, Roberto, Sly, Trip, Glenn, Jackie, Chris. I laid a trade out there for you for out of 1590, and I told you it was going to go to 1524, possibly 15. See, that's amazing shit. You see, that's the reason that you're all here, right? I hand you trades, they work, and then you say, my God, I hope I could stay here for the rest of my life. It's not too often a trade works out precisely as you plan it that quickly, but there it went. And it was nice because let me tell you something. It's a boring kind of day, right? This is the kind of day where if you find that one trade, that's it. Now you could tell all your relatives this weekend how smart you are that you shorted a stock that was up 22% and you crushed it. And they'll look in the paper, or I don't know if anybody looks in the paper for quotes anymore, because I'm old. And they'll see the stock that's still up 10% for the day, and they'll say, how did you make money shorting this? And you say, because the Warlock told me to short it at 1590 because it was going to pull back to 1520, and I made 800 bucks on one trade. And then you say, and they'll say, who's the Warlock? And you say, he's a mysterious man on YouTube that helps me make money. And they say, can you tell me how to find the Warlock? And then you say, yes, but you have to pay me 50 bucks for the information. And they'll say, I'm not paying you 50 bucks. And then you say, it's only 50 bucks. And then after a couple of drinks, they hand you the 50 bucks, and then you give me my email address. And I will help them too. Even your uncle that you hate that sits in the corner muttering to himself about how he lost all his money in the crash of '87, smack him in the back of the head and give him my phone number. By the way, when Billy gets to 1465, now you'll see what a 1-minute multi-day VWAP reversal looks like. This is why you don't have to pick tops, people. Right, hon? What'd I say about tops, right? You don't have to pick them yourself. They pick themselves, right? Exactly. All right, my family just walked in. It's probably going to be chaos in here any minute. I got to start making Brussels sprouts or something. Hey, what's up, man? So what's up, YouTube? I apologize. I didn't launch this thing a little bit sooner because I'm an idiot and I'm I get into the trades and then I'm just like, I know it's just one button I had to press, but I want to show you what we did today. Is stock called Bili, B-I-L-I. This is an earnings reversal to the upside, pre-market. We were long the stock at the beginning of the day at 1401. Made a quick 25 cents. You know, nothing to get crazy about, but it was a day's pay. You know, made a quick $175, and I had a few other things that I was trading. Regardless, BHC, or that doesn't matter. But the Bili, right? So I'm buying this thing at 14, selling it between 14.12 and 14.25 like a schmuck. This thing rips to 16 bucks without me. So I'm fuming, right? I'm thinking, oh my God, I just had this thing at 14. Now it's at 16. I'm an idiot. I could have made $2 grand on this trade. I made $180. So I'm thinking maybe it pulls back. But I'm not going to guess where it stops going up. You're trying to pick the top. So then, lo and behold, it had some trouble up there between 16 and 16.13. It picked the top for us. So once it rolled over again, we're not shorting at 16.13 or 16.12 or 10 or 9 or 8. Once it formed the range, again, I know you guys don't see my charts right now, but come on into the room. I'll show you my charts every day. I'll show you mine if you show me yours. So here at 1590, when it broke the bottom of the range, at least there, I've got risk reward. All right, let me short the Bili. If I'm wrong, I'm covering it at 16 and definitely am not letting it break 1613 on the rest. So if I had 1,000 shares, I would have put a stop at 16 and 1613. But we never had to worry about that because the Warlock is the Warlock. And as soon as we shorted it, it plummeted to the first new level. So now we're thinking, hey, now that we're back down on this new level, we'll use the stop where we had it, put it at 85. Next thing you know, rolls over to the 1 minute VWAP. Bang. 80% of your position is done. Now you're looking for the next nearest whole number. Boom, 15. Now you're down to the last 10%. And if you get 1466 out of the rest at this point, using 15 bucks as a stop, you make another 40 bucks on your last 100 shares. But that's how you day trade. One stock, traded it 3 times, day's over. I'm not running around looking for new ideas. I'm not concerned about what the market's doing right now. I'm not concerned about anything. I try to find 1 or 2 decent ideas a day and do that. And the rest of the time, you got to now convince me that I got a 90% chance of succeeding to want to put anything on right now. And right now, this market is dead. So the opportunities are probably less and less. Now, I can't believe what I'm going to say here, but guys, the BKS turned out to be a real trade here. I know there's no volume on it, but when you got a stock that's virtually going out of business, BKS I'm talking about, Barnes & Noble, company's been declaring bankruptcy for like 10 years now. They come out with earnings, and the stock breaks the VWAP and breaks the opening range, and when I mentioned it, it was kind of a joke. I was like, I can't believe I'm suggesting to buy Barnes & Noble. But now look at it. The entry would have been 662. Now you're talking about 692. On a $6 stock going up 30 cents, it would take you 12 years to make that money in the bank. So you just pick your spots. Captain, Colonel, there's something out there in the woods, Colonel. I don't know what it is, but I don't like it. Hey, you're bleeding. I don't got time to bleed. You got time to duck? I love I still get an email from this one guy every day about how Yext sucks. I'm like, yeah, but if you were in the room, I sold some at 25 and 22 and a 22.50 to ease the pain. I didn't say hold it till it goes down 50%. I don't know. I don't know what to tell people. I don't know what to tell you, guy. Come to the room. Look where Alibaba is. It's at 150. Think I was happy selling it at 185, but now I'm happy I sold it at 185. You take your loss and you move on. That's part of the business. Anything under 25 bucks, generally I'm looking at 600 to 1,000 shares. Over 35 bucks, depending on the spread. Usually I'm a 300, 600 share kind of guy now. I do this more for fun. You know, I want to be part of the trade that I'm talking about. But I don't go crazy because for me, talking and trading and teaching and answering the phone and sending emails and trying to get alerts out, I can't take any big size because then I'm not saying anything. I'm not helping anybody. I'm just trading. So it's kind of like I'm trying to find that happy place where I can trade and talk at the same time and not be too nervous. Usually if I'm trading like a Netflix, it's 100 shares. You know, if I'm trading, if I'm trading Amarin, 1,000 shares, maybe more. If I'm trading something like RIG, R-I-G, usually 3,000 shares, $9 stock with a really tight spread. It also depends on the volatility of the stock. Like I've been stuck in this Foot Locker is the trade I'm looking to do now, right? This thing is pretty volatile, but I'm liking it as a short been liking it as a short, is a short, continues to look like a short, feels like, oh, by the way, there's your other guys. There's your Billy. We said, here's your range on the Foot Locker. Can't get above this range. You're going to revert back to the VWAP. There it is, kids. There's another one. And look at the Bili now. Bili, B-I-L-I. Come on now. Look at that. Where are we going? 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. 95% of the time this trade works. As soon as you get the range break, you get the reversion. And then if you break the 1 minute, your next reversion is to our multi-day VWAP. We're 10 cents away. So we just conquered this stock on the way up. I mean, not on the way. I mean, we made money on the way up. We didn't conquer shit because it went up 2 points after we sold it. But now on the short, bang! Each price called live. People, let's start singing songs about this trade right now. So you want to go searching for a trade? The trade is usually sitting there right in front of you. You just got to wait. You got to stalk it. And you got to hit it. Like the FL short now. Come on. Like your Bili short. What's up? Same two stocks we've been talking about for an hour and a half emerged as two new trades. You don't have to search for new ideas. They're staring you in the face. Florida short. Bili short. And now your day is twice as good as it was 20 minutes ago. Right? FL. Yes. Doug. Yes, MS. Look at the multi-day VWAP trade on this Bili. When this thing was at 1590, you had to be thinking, if it breaks down, these are your levels. So if you're afraid to short something at 1590, risking 20-something cents for a possible 70 cents to $1.25 trade, then you might not want to trade. Like the FL, it gave you the risk reward and it gave you the trade. You knew what you were getting yourself into. You knew, if you know what you're getting yourself into, that's half the battle. It finally broke down at 53.82. Where was it going to go when it finally broke that range? It's going to go to the VWAP. And now that you're below the VWAP, you start looking where it came from. Where did it come from? Right here. So this is a spot to cover, 53.50. Here's a spot to cover a little bit more, 53.11. And if it breaks 53.11, you're going to the bottom of the range. 52.40 is your next move. So once it breaks 53, you're looking for, you want to probably cover some at 52.50 if it gets there. But I'm looking at 52.40 as your next target. But now you've got to use this last VWAP as your out. So your risk reward right now is exactly equal. But you've covered some already. So now when it goes to 52.50, this is icing on the cake now. You've covered some right now. You've won this trade, this FL short. Come on. You've won the trade. Now we're just trying to milk a little bit more from it. There's no reason to cover the rest yet until it gets to the half number. And if it breaks 52.50, then you're talking about a full retrace down to 52.38. This could be going back to $50 for all we know. But you've covered most of it already because you got the high quality trade already on the range break to the 1 minute. You got the 1 minute break to the bottom of the range. What am I pointing at? I'm pointing out like you guys can see my fingers. But anyway, you still need to be short FL right now, but you're down to that last couple of lots. It's awesome. 2 freaking stocks, 3 trades now in each of them. Why do you have to move on looking for new ideas? FL short. Look at this thing. Come on. Come on. Right down to the half number. Here we go. Nobody wants this stock. Nobody wants to stay long the market. Nobody wants a piece of some Foot Locker bullshit. Come on. Stock's up 20%. It's bullshit. No stock's going to stay up 20% today. Market's done. We're done. We're in a bear market. Everything's a sell. Come on, Foot Locker. Bye-bye, Foot Locker. Bye-bye, Foot Locker. Put your bid in right now at 52.59. 52.59. And I would not even imagine letting this thing go back above 52.96. So you're right in the middle right now. And that's it. You stalk and you react. That's it. There's no speculation in my world anymore. I don't need to speculate what I think is going to happen on Monday. If what I think starts to happen on Monday, I'll react to it on Monday. No speculation, no positions, no homework, no small cap stocks, just range breaks and VWAP. Let me show you the way, you guys. I mean, every day we make money. Every freaking day. It's insane. It's insane. It's insane. And the only thing I've lost money on this year is positions. And everything was working from, May to August. And I just let some stupid stuff ride. And those are my big losses of the year. Baba, Yext, half that Amron, Cliff, Rig, US Steel. You're just about to get stopped out of that Florida. All right. Good night. Wow. It just stopped me out of the last lot right there. I think I just might have just got stopped hunted. It doesn't matter. It'll probably go down 2 points now that I'm not in it, but hey, look, I put a stop on it and I got stopped out. What am I going to do? I'm not going to tell you. Not a bad trade, but now it's going to follow through without me, apparently. Maybe I get back in, but I probably won't. I guess I should have let it breathe just a little bit more to 53.13, but it was the last 50 shares. It didn't even matter. So now we've conquered this day. Coming, going, left, right, center. Awesome stuff, man. I mean, patience paid off again. Stalking and setting up your trade paid off again. These are not coincidences. You just wait for the trade to come to you, and then you make it work. By the way, I'd like to talk to some of you guys before. Christine, if you're free, I know I've been meaning to talk to you for a week or so. If you want to chat later on, I know some of you guys have been. Dan, I know I've been trying to talk to you for like a month. Let's talk before I hit the road if you want. If you want to talk before I leave, I'm going to be leaving at like 12 if you're free. By the way, this, yeah, I fucked up the last of the Foot Locker. And if you don't believe in stop loss hunting programs, there it was. I was like, I'll put my stop at 52.95, blah, 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 right? And it went right to 52.95 and took my last 50 shares. Like my 50 shares meant something to the world. You had to come and get my 50 shares? Why? But you saw it just happen, just like that, right? It went up, grabbed my shares, and then went right back down. I actually still might short this again. If it rolls here, okay, and breaks the bottom of the range, it's a new trade. So, I mean, I'm not a big fan of trading right now because we did our 4 nice trades. But I am enticed a little bit. So for me right now, it's 52.40. And then in the pre-market, you had 52.19. So those are the 2 new prices of concern. You break 52. Well, first of all, you got to break right here, 52.60. 52.60 gets you to 52.40. And then you're talking about, an air pocket. If you get through 52.20, you're probably going to give back at least another buck. So, I mean, you could watch it. So the day for me is kind of done. BZUN. Yeah, that was the other one. Thank you. I couldn't remember which one you guys were talking about. Let's take this one. Same scenario. You're under the VWAP, but it's been choppy. You're basically breaking that range. The idea here, if it continues to stay below the VWAP, so the idea is if it gets it, tests it, and doesn't break it, then you're going to get the roll and finally break this level. And then you'll test that 34.62. And then maybe you get a full-blown retrace down to 33.98. You know, thinking about this stock, it just seems it's just very, very illiquid, right? This is, yeah, it's got 5 million shares on it, but it doesn't trade like an active stock. Hey, that Florida's trade. Look at that. See, the stop wasn't bad after all. All right, cool. Now I feel a lot better. Now I feel a lot better about covering FL. Sweet. There you go. By the way, so Apple goes, so goes the market. Apple was just about to go negative. It caught a bid. Look at the market rocking right now. This one stock, and that's what everybody hated about this last bull market, 7 stocks controlled the whole world. Apple, Amazon, Google, Boeing, Tesla. And we're finally diverging away from that, which is good. All right, I'm going to take a short break. Let me go get some cereal here. If it sets up as a nice trade again, wouldn't you trade it regardless of past trades every time? I'll trade. What are you referring to? The Foot Locker? The Foot Locker now has to set up again. You know, so here for me, Foot Locker. Let me show you. Foot Locker. Foot Locker's headed back to the VWAP right now, right? So if it doesn't break over the $53.54, and right above that you had a range break. So let's call it 53.44 to 53.60. If it retraces there and doesn't get above there, even though the stock's up 15% still, you have to think these sellers are still in control. So that's when you can put a short on. At least you have your risk reward. So if you want to short it at 53.50, you look at the range where it broke down from, which is around 53.80. And if you want to short Foot Locker, hoping that it rolls over again, at least the risk reward will be back in your favor as it approaches the VWAP. But right now, you're just waiting to see if it gets to 53.44, how it reacts at the 1 minute. Generally, you go below the 1 minute, and then the 1 minute becomes resistance. So as it approaches it again, the idea is you want to short it. No, now I feel all right about the 50 shares. I put a stop loss at 52.95. Now looked like they went and got me, and then it started to roll over. But now the rollover became a spike back up above where I covered. So right now this is fantastic. Now I'm going to get a shot to possibly short it again. But for me, this is I've already traded my quota for the day. The day before Thanksgiving and the day after Thanksgiving has not been kind to me in my career. So I'm done for the day. I'm just looking, again, this is more educational purposes at this point. Bili was nice. The Foot Locker was nice. And I traded Autodesk a couple of different times. I mean, we're not talking about a ton of money. I was trading like 50 share lots. But look where Autodesk is. It's the same trade. Autodesk found the bottom, rallied back to the VWAP, and now it's making a decision whether or not it could get back above the VWAP. So all these stocks, if they're still all strong, quote unquote, because Foot Locker's still up 15%, Bili's up 10%, and Autodesk is up 10%. But they're all beneath the VWAPs. So you got to be thinking that any more selling that comes in, they're going to roll again if they stay below the VWAP. Because VWAP tells you who's in charge. And it's 11 o'clock, and even though these stocks are gapped up, still big, and they're up big, the sellers are in control right now until they prove otherwise. And that would have to be a move above the VWAP. Look how Florida is going back to I'm sorry, I keep calling it Florida. I see FL. I just say Florida. But look how it's reverting right back to the VWAP. So again, for the guy, again, when I was covering it, somebody was getting long and they just had a beautiful trade. This is now what we call the ash crack VWAP retrace to the upside. So you see how it kind of formed. Here's kind of your double bottom here. There's the top of the crack. Once you broke the top of that right there, you reverted back to the VWAP. It's fascinating shit. That's why I still do this stuff. It's amazing. Actually, it still amazes to me. It's amazing to me. And look how it got to the VWAP. You hit it. You got a wick that hit it, and then you came back in. VWAP is just, especially on a day like today, where generally you're going to revert to the VWAP, you're going to make a home there, and the market's going to close. Because eventually you're going to get, the market's been slow. We're grinding higher, I guess, right now. But generally you're going to just get to back to the VWAP, trend there, and the market's going to close, and that's your day. Because nobody wants to be here all day. No one's going to be here all day. No one's going to be here on Friday. Monday is the biggest day of the year for this market in the history. In the last 10 years, Monday is the most important day we've had in a decade. Because this market's going to make its decision on Monday, where I think it's going to go for the rest of the year. I think that's how important Monday is. Because if we don't rally on Monday, because for 17 years since 9/11, what are we, 20 years later, 17 years later, every Monday after Thanksgiving, we've rallied. I think maybe one time we didn't, and that was because there was a tsunami somewhere, unless I'm thinking about Christmas. Either way, I'm going to have some oatmeal. I'll be right back. I'll let this thing ride. All right? I'll be back, boys.
told me I see it right, but it always falls. I see it come, I see it go. Easy. All things pass into the night.
Sing it.
You said, oh no, sir, I must say you're wrong. I must disagree. Oh no, sir, I must say you're wrong. Won't you listen to me? You told me I seen it all before. I've been there. I've seen my dreams, the dreams are lying on the ground. I've seen the sky just begin to fall. You see, all things pass into the night.
Holy shit.
I said, oh no, sir.
Yo, you got
I must say wrong. I must disagree.
BZUN. Nice call, solid. But, you know what we're missing out on? The enormity of the Yext bottom. Sing it. Would you? About a size 14. Nice trade, man. BZUN short. That's how you do it, son. Yeah. Look at this, man. We're having a good day. Every one of our trades worked so far, right? Florida, Bili twice. Whoa. So, yeah, I got to cut out of here shortly, but let's see what's going on. I love that song, right? Nobody would know that song existed unless it was for Silence of the Lambs. And then, of course, Clerks. All right. Looks like we're going to get a nice grind all day. Look at the Florida now. We covered this thing near the lows of the day now. See? Sometimes, you know, you're annoyed for a second, and then look, we covered 52.98. Hello. Now I'm feeling a lot better about that cover, right? Yeah, I can't get excited about buying into this rally right now. So probably checking out. But I like the fact that they're at least I dread the day where we sell off, right? And then we do nothing. You guys weren't around like after 9/11. I mean, we didn't. Everybody thinks the market was plummeting after 9/11. Nah, it wasn't. We gapped down and we just drifted. And it was awful. No buying, no selling. It was just a slow bleed, and you couldn't do anything. And it seemed to last forever. Those are the worst times to be a trader, when there's just nothing going on. As long as there's volatility, you're going to be able to find trades. So, and I'm very encouraged on some of the stocks. They got down to some extreme levels. You know, Yext at 1550 yesterday. Never in a million years did I see Yext at 1550. I had to buy it yesterday. You know, and again, I sold it today at the open, and you know, above 17 now. So I'm starting to get a a sense that maybe some of these stocks might be buys, Square down under that, when it broke under 60 yesterday. But, going back to the day trade of the day, shut up. Shut up. Keep your mouth shut out there. I said keep your mouth shut. Men are talking. It's my wife. But look at that Bili trade, man. That's gorgeous. That's how you make a living trading. You don't need to know about what the market's going to do tomorrow, this afternoon, Friday. You find one trade and you own it. Not own the stock, but own it. We crushed this trade. I wish I was doing it with large size because the enormity of this trade, you shouldn't let this Bili trade and the enormity of that trade right there, don't let this sink in. That's how you make money trading. You find one stock, play the range onto the upside, you play the range to the VWAP pullback, you get a VWAP pullback to the multi-day, and then you can't ask for more on this little $14 stock that we made money coming and going. That's it. Everybody wants to be a trader, and you think you need to be active and searching for new ideas and doing research and that kind of stuff. It's all bullshit. You just stick with what? Duh. Yes. Yeah, I gotta set it up for you. You want the whole thing, the rig, the whole thing, right? A couple of weeks worth. Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. All right. Yeah, just I'm in the office, so just ring the bell. All right, bye. All right, yeah. I'm gonna cut out of here soon, but your BZUN, all these trades, guys. I want you to look at some of these charts. BILI, FL, and BZUN. All kind of the similar trade because generally we take only the same trades. These are all range breaks around the VWAP. This was a nice trade at the beginning on the upside, but again, there was no clear entry on the upside. But the downside, you couldn't hold the VWAP. And then again, you couldn't hold the VWAP, but that last VWAP breakdown, you finally broke the bottom of this range. And now you're looking for 34, low 34, but if you're short here at 35.15, you cover some here at 34.60, 65, 75. You take something off, you put the stop at 35 now, if you're short from 35.15 where you said you were, and you're looking for that rollover here because you just hit the bottom of the range and you're bouncing. So now you got to get through 34.60. This is it right here. You got to get through 34.60 and you might get a really nice move for another 50 cents down to that whole number, which is your multi-day VWAP. But again, yeah, you're covering a little bit here as it got to the bottom of the range. And this is how you prevent yourself from losing money on a trade that's working. Take something off the table, lower your stop, and then now you can't lose. You might not make any more money, but you're not going to lose. It actually might be worth a re-entry if it does break down. Let me see, maybe. And I just got this feeling like I was about to put this trade on, right? And I'm like, do I really want to be trading? I mean, it's good enough to put on. Oh, and it's working already. Hello. Hello, Frisco. Hello, Frisco. Bye-bye. BZUN, get ready to cover it. I don't know if anybody just shorted it again, but this is happening a lot faster than we thought it was going to happen. Cover some here. 34 in the dark pool. 34, put a bid in. Stop jumping in front of me. Hey, stop jumping in front of me. All right, I covered some at 34 and 35. Market's ripping higher right now. It's tough to be short, but you got the range break. Now you put a stop at 34.50. You probably get stopped out, but now you can't lose if you caught some at 34.60. Covered some, and you might get stopped out of the rest. But again, you made whatever. Would you $70? Now put a stop at 34.51, really. And if it doesn't break it, you hang on to a little BZUN short for a possible another 40 cents to the downside. Or get stopped out. Or, oh, no print. Nothing yet. All right. They didn't take my shares. All right. Here comes the rollover. Here we go. Looking for 34.04 now on this move down here. If we get it, we're out. If we don't get it, we get stopped out. Oh, that's for me.
Hey, how you doing?
That's faster.
Oh, thank you. Hey, you.
What's up, you maniac?
He's all extra clean and fancy.
I look so fluffy.
Does Thanksgiving
Oh, turkeys. Oh yeah, he's really soft. You smell good?
Yeah. You smell good?
All right, I got some guests showing up. I'm short BZUN. Looking for 34.04. I'll be right back.
Go down my mom's.
Okay. Now, I want you all now to take a moment. I got to go. I want you all to take a moment. All right, let's all take a moment. And let's all thank the Jello, because the Jello knows his shit too. BZUN, target acquired. We have just won again. All we do is win. Range break through the 1 minute. First, this is a different type of VWAP trade. You got the 1 minute range break multi-day. So once again, you got a stock that's still up 12%, and we're shorting it because the VWAP is telling us the sellers are in control. And that is my time, ladies and gentlemen. You are in the capable hands of Solid Jello, and Solid Jello just added another point to our day. So very nice trade, brother. Have a great holiday, everybody. I got to go pack and start getting Brussels sprouts and slice my almonds and get ready to rock and roll. So Christina, if you want to give me a call, send me your phone number again. I know I got a couple of you guys. I mean, I'll have some time right before I leave. Chris, nice first day. I hope you paid attention to what we try to do here. We're very specific. You know, my persona on the internet might be, some weirdo, bold lunatic, but when it comes to trading these first 3 hours of the day, this is what we do. And look at this BZUN. I mean, this stock's, now you're killing it here. Look at this. Look at this move. Look at this move. Now you still should be short. You're down to your last lot. Now you're looking for the full retrace back to the pre-market, which is 34.50. Sorry, 33.50 right there. And if that doesn't hold, you're going to go back to this little, you're talking about 33.06. So this thing's got some more to go, but obviously you're down to your last. You're down to your last lot. Bang! There it is. 30. As soon as I drew the line, it went there. Sick. But great trade. That was awesome. That was awesome. And look, before I go, take a look at what Florida's doing now, right? FL, right? It's spiked up, right? But we're in a choppy environment, right? So once it's spiked up and you couldn't break the upper range, look what happens now. You get a reversion trade of $1 right back down. So it's 3 stocks now. We've traded on both sides of the market all in one day. BZUN, well, I didn't trade it long, but it was a long trade this morning. BZUN short. Bili was a long, then it was a short, then it was a short again. FL, long yesterday, 2 shorts today. And it could have been a long if you decided you wanted to trade it on that last move up. So you see what I'm saying? It's very specific, very select, always around companies that have reported earnings. Because when they report earnings, there's more volume. The volume weighted average price works better with more volume. And all you got to do is form the ranges that I teach you. You wait for highs and lows of your candlesticks to form the range. Form the range, see where your VWAP is, look for the reversion to it. If you're coming off the bottom, you're reverting back up to it. If you're coming off a top like the Bili, you're reverting back down to it. And it really, again, it seems simple for me to talk about it because I've been doing this my whole life. But give yourself 3-6 months. This is all you're going to want to do because it works every single day. And during earnings season, it's unprecedented. The earnings reversals themselves were 62 for 62 since May. Not one has failed. And these regular reversion trades have been working about 80% of the time. So again, without proper risk management, money management, you're still going to lose money because again, if the trade doesn't work, if you have something in your head, and I'm going to leave with this one. If you have in your head that these trades work 80% of the time and one starts to go against you, you're going to immediately think, well, I'm not going to take this loss because the trade works 80% of the time. That's the incorrect way of thinking about it. If it's not working, you get out. That's the 20%. So you can't let the 20% losers overtake your 80% winners because most traders fail because they don't know how to take the loss. So you could win 80% of the time and still come out a loser at the end of the day. And if you don't think that's true, it's true. Because let's say you made $400 on the one winner, and then you let the other, the two losers get out of control and overtake your winner, you're a loser, right? Well, let's say you win 8 trades in a row and they're only $100 wins, but you let that one loser become a $1,000 loss. You're down $100 for the day. And even though you went 8 for 10 or 8 for 9. So being a trader is knowing the high quality trades and then also applying risk management, money management, and not being stubborn and realizing that the market knows more than we do and we know nothing. We're just in the hands of this and we're just trying to make the meat in the middle. We're not picking tops. We're not picking bottoms. We're not guessing. We're putting the range together, reactionary trader instead of speculation. Because you want to speculate? Basically here. So here's a speculation. What's the market going to do Monday? Right? Anybody know? I would guess we're going to gap up if there's no holiday catastrophes based on an 18-year pattern. But the market's in a bear market. So, but if I had to choose, I would choose up on Monday. Am I doing anything about it? No, because I don't care. Whatever happens on Monday, there'll be ranges that get formed. There'll be earnings reports that are reported, and we'll trade those stocks. All right? Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you guys. I'll be here Monday probably for a couple of hours. Generally, it's a choppy, slow, annoying couple of hours. They leave the market open. And, why frustrate yourself while you're probably already frustrated about your retarded uncle sitting in the corner over there muttering to himself. And yeah, I do have an uncle like that. So good luck, good night, and I'll see you guys Friday, I don't know, 9:30, I guess. Peace. Yes. What up? You feeling better?